I am surrounded by one of the largest collections of Al Hirschfeld's work ever to be shown in his hometown of St. Louis. I Love Jazz takes a look at this exhibition that explores the artist's lifelong fascination with jazz and Broadway.
Hirschfeld was born in St. Louis on June 21, 1903. He attended Clark Public School until 1914, when his family moved to New York City so Al could hone his skills as an artist. During a career that spanned 8 decades, he chronicled all of the major entertainment stars of the 20th century. His linear style appeared in nearly every publication, on numerous book and record covers, and 15 postage stamps. And he left an indelible mark in the Jazz and Broadway world. A new show exploring these worlds recently visited the Sheldon Art Galleries.
He was a very serious hot jazz record collector. He spent, I wouldn't say he spent as much time on 52nd Street as Broadway, but pretty close. He told me he helped Django Reinhardt get his first recording while Hirschfeld was living in Paris. And he was one of those people, he had a lifelong fascination with jazz. He saw Ella Fitzgerald make her debut at the Apollo Theater. For him, these were not legendary figures. They were the popular music of his time. And in some cases, like Ella Fitzgerald and even Duke Ellington, he saw them come up, have their entire careers, pass away, and become legends, and he was still drawn. Well, this is the first time his work in jazz has ever been explored.
When the lights of Broadway weren't keeping him occupied, the movie studios were vying for his attention too.
He did a lot more work for the movies than I think people realize. And the funny thing about Meet Me in St. Louis is the producer, Fred Finkelhoff, was talking to Hirschfeld one day and found out that Hirschfeld grew up on Kensington Avenue. And he found out what the address was. And so he went to the songwriters and said, put Al's house number in the song, The Boy Next Door. And so when Al went to go see the film, it was a gag for Al to hear his address sung in the song.
I live at 5135 Kensington Avenue, and he lives at 5133.
Not just any song, but a song immortalized by Judy Garland.
I think what it is how he distills a personality down to the essence with very simple lines. You know, while you can see him as a caricaturist, perhaps a cartoonist, he's really a great master.
There's a great drawing of Dizzy Gillespie in the show, in which it's really just his head and a single line and a horn. And there's nothing there, yet we know what Dizzy Gillespie is wearing. We can get the total feel of how he's playing his instrument. And how does he do that? There is no way you could break it down and say, well, I'll just put that line there, and he invests it with something. It's the alchemy of what he does, really the magic of what he does. He was a very musical person in his drawings. There's a rhythm to his work that is almost musical in nature.
When you think of Broadway, I think of Al Hirschfeld. He's the essence of Broadway. He's the essence of the caricature, and his lines are just so fabulous.
Playwright Terrence McNally wrote, "No one writes more accurately of the performing arts than Al Hirschfeld. He accomplishes on a blank page with his pen and ink, in a few strokes, what many of us need a lifetime of words to say. And he'll always remain
The boy